worse news actually. So I thought I had an entire day of uni today. Turns out I was wrong. So this is one occasion where I'm perfectly okay to read the timetable incorrectly. It actually starts Tuesday to Friday, so I've pretty much gained myself a free day. I got up early and everything ready to go, so that's awesome, but can't be too upset because obviously I now have the day free. So that's wicked. The weather is shit as per usual this week, so that's unsurprising, but I am gonna go for a bit of a drive, and I am gonna try and get some good footage for another intro. So I really wanted to do a video today on bucket lists because it is something that I've been trying to figure out, I guess, lately. What it is I actually want to do, and because I'm always making videos, I'm trying to make it better, and I want to figure out like what are some other things that I can do. And you know, a great idea, I thought this would be a fun video, is to talk about bucket lists, and particularly what I want to do, and how my bucket list is looking at the moment. So I got a couple of ideas just off the top of my head, but I definitely think it is something that everybody should take the time to do. Then yeah, it's highly important that you actually write that shit down and take a second to think about it. You know, what's important, what's meaningful to you, and what you actually want to do in this lifetime. I think it's just important that you have some kind of goals and some kind of bucket list, because not only is it fun to dream, but if you can actually turn that dream into a reality and make that your life, yeah, you should. If I was being honest, I would probably, you know, given enough time and everything like that, I could easily come up with a list of like 100 to 1,000 to 1,000,000 different things. However, I did think of a few things that like I would prioritize. One of my bucket list items, for example, is to teach in a Scandinavian school. So whether it be like Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, Denmark. For some reason, I just have this obsession with those countries. And I mean, it's not surprising that I want to teach there because they tend to be in the top countries when it comes to education. So I want to see what the fuss is about. I want to see what they do that's better than us, so that I can come back here to Australia and be like, yo, fix the fucking system. It would be really fun. As soon as I finish my degree, I'm going to put my resumes to like send them out to like 20 different countries and just hope for the best. But yeah, Scandinavia is for sure up there. That would just be really fucking cool. Which is another thing, I would really enjoy going and see the Northern Lights. Like that, a phenomenon like that is really interesting and fascinating, and to see that in real life would be something I definitely want to see. I think, you know, majority of my bucket list would probably include travel. That doesn't surprise me, but you know, Europe is up there, the UK, so obviously like England and Ireland and Scotland. I'd also like to go to, you know, North America, South America, Central America. I've already been to the US, but you know, definitely Canada, and I'd love to go back to the US to visit a few states that I haven't, you know, that I didn't get the chance to last time. I was only there for about a month. I mean, visiting every continent would be cool, including Antarctica. But I feel like that's a no-no for some reason. Like, it's just bad if we go there, because I don't think you can leave a single bit of rubbish, and I'd be all for, but you know, I just don't want to fuck up something that's good. Stay green, please. Thank you, kindly. Like, a couple of things that I definitely want to try, like when I travel, not just travel, but like specific experiences. Like, I have to at least once go to like the Swiss Alps or somewhere with snow and Alps that I can ski and snowboard and do a full-on trip, and I want to have a lodge with a hot tub out in the snow. Like, that's just gonna happen. I can see that so clearly at some point in my future. I just don't know dates for these things, but that's okay, we'll figure it out. But you know, like, yeah, going like through the Swiss Alps or something like that would be really, really cool. Like Oktoberfest in Germany would be sick. Like, that would just be the true blue German experience there, Oktoberfest. We have a similar sort of, well, it's not similar, but like we have Schützenfest in March. I think it's March. No, it's not. It's January. I lie. It's January. We have Schützenfest, so everyone basically it's like the German festival here in Adelaide. We have a German settlement in Adelaide called Harndorf. It's a really, really pretty old school German town. So South Australia, like the state that I'm from, is a bit of a mixture of people who immigrated here, mainly, I think, like, oh gosh, here we go, how's my history? I think it was 1836 that Adelaide was settled. So, I mean, we're not that old, but it wasn't, we're one of the only states that wasn't settled by convicts. So if you know anything about Australia's history, I don't expect you to unless you're from Australia, but Australia was originally settled by convicts, the Brits. But you know, essentially there's just a lot of different communities, like Italian, Croatian, German. There's just so many mixtures of people. I mean, my heritage myself is a huge mixture. I'm not Australian, like of course I'm born in Australia, but if you trace back to my grandparents, let's say I have 4 grandparents, and they're all from different countries, to give you an idea. For instance, on my dad's side, his mother was Irish. One of her parents was Irish, one of her parents was English. Then on his dad's side, they were Polish. And then on my mum's side, her dad, so my grandfather, my nonna, is Italian. And his wife, so my nonna, even though she's not Italian, we call her nonna, she is German. Well, she's Australian, but her parents are from Germany. So I have a huge mixture of genes to determine where the hell I'm from. So part of me just wants to go back to all those places and see where my history comes from. I find that stuff like super fascinating. And if you've ever looked into epigenetics, oh, it's just extremely interesting to see, you know, not just your mum and your dad's genes, but it's like where your whole history of genes come from. Like, I could be more similar to you than my own siblings, for instance, based on where my genes sort of like come from. Do you just follow me everywhere when I come visit you? Yes. Yes, I do. Well, that's nice. Hey, bear. And you eat grass, apparently. What kind of cat are you? A bear cat. Yes. Yes. So I was just trying to write my dad a note to say I dropped in. And this one literally just jumped in my face and now has made herself perfectly comfortable. You got yourself up there. So I just thought I would drop in and see Delilah, the cat, on the way through to where I'm headed, because it's on the way. And you can just never have too much cuteness in your life. Do you know what I mean? She's she's next to my car. She's just such a joy. I just love her to bits. But she was being incredibly needy today, incredibly creepy and stalkerish, because she wouldn't stop following me everywhere. Alright, so I just got back from filming some stuff, some scenery, which is one of my favorite things to do now. Yay! Anyway, I just got home, so I'm just going to go inside and I want to do a few more things for this video, and then I'm probably just going to try and edit it and upload it by tonight. That way I just don't have to worry about it, and like I said, I'll just feel less guilty uploading something today rather than waiting a full week, because I may not be able to do it after today, since my intensive stuff actually does for real start tomorrow. Alright, so I've just started editing the video. I think I am going to be able to have it up at least by, well, at least loading, like uploading when I go to bed. So I don't mind doing that as long as I finish the editing. But if I can have it uploading at least on YouTube when I go to sleep tonight, it'll be up sometime when I'm asleep, like halfway through the night. So I'll feel a lot less guilty for not doing any videos this week. So that way, you know, I can feel like just go, if you haven't seen all my videos, go back and watch them, okay? That'll give you something to do, and then by the time you do all that, my next one will be out. So I just had to lower my seat. I was like, why is my head out of the shot? I was like, I definitely haven't grown overnight. I think I'm stuck at this height forever. But I think I mentioned briefly about going to, you know, teach in Scandinavia. I think I also talked about going to the Swiss Alps, or some kind of Alps or mountains where there's snow and a ski resort and lodge and stuff like that. And I think I also mentioned Oktoberfest in Germany. So all of those things would be really, really fun to go to. But I was also thinking something that else would be really, really enjoyable would be like a cooking class in Italy, like learning proper Italian, right? Something else I'd really, really like to do would be learn a language or multiple languages. I have dabbled a little bit in Italian. I have dabbled a little bit in French. I'm sort of better at understanding and hearing it and sort of picking out words and the general context of it, like a conversation or whatever. I even tried starting Danish as well, because I was watching this Danish TV series. I don't know, something really cool for having on my bucket list would be, you know, every country that I go to, just meeting someone, a local. Like, you know, it's very easy to stay in your own shell and what you're comfortable in doing. You know, when we go overseas to places, you see a lot of people sticking to the same sort of food that they would have in their own country. So something that I personally want to be able to do is go into different cultures and communities and countries and all those sorts of things, and just be able to at least meet one person from each, just to get some understanding or make some kind of connection with that culture or with that person. I would definitely, I have to go to at least one Olympics in my lifetime, and I have to go to a FIFA World Cup. I love soccer, especially World Cup. One other thing that I would really like to do is the Everest Base Camp. I'm not going to be too ridiculous. I don't have a passion or a real need or desire to get to the top of Everest. It is probably better for more skilled people who really want to do that, but I would like to do the base camp. I think it's just a lot lower. You don't go all the way to the top. I can definitely see myself as well doing something that like some kind of project or help type thing where, you know, some kind of humanitarian project where, you know, very hands-on. I definitely want to be able to do that at least once in my life, be able to give something back, you know, just donate my time, donate my knowledge, my skills, whatever that is. I'd certainly like to meet some influential people. I was trying to like think of who I'd want to meet the most, and honestly I have to give this one time. I was just going to say a few people, but I think, like, you know, I don't know, there's just so many people. Like, now I've just been thinking for like the last 5 minutes who else I want to meet, because there's just like I don't want to just go gung-ho, you know. I just really like to meet some particular people, and I don't know, just influential people, I guess, sums up what, you know, on my bucket list. I would just love to have really important discussions with really influential people who can make a massive difference, and really pick their brains and find out, you know, how they do it or how I can do it, or working together with these people. I'd definitely like to live in a few different countries. Obviously I've mentioned like working in Scandinavia, but I'd also just like to live in other countries. I've always wanted to live in England. I'm worried a little bit about the grey skies all the time, because I'm definitely an Australian when it comes to that. I do struggle with consecutive grey days. I need like a little bit of sneaky blue in there every now and then. Mind you, obviously everything is about adapting and getting used to it, so I think if I weigh it up I can probably deal. But I'd also love to live in Canada. I'd probably like to live in the US for a little bit. I'd love to live in France. I'd love to live in Germany. I'd love to live in Austria. I'd love to live in the Czech Republic. I'd love to live in Italy. Like, I just don't think there's enough months or years in my life. I'm not going to get enough time, but, you know, aim big. That's all I'm saying, because then if I can at least get some of that done, I'll feel a little bit more accomplished. I think the biggest thing about making a bucket list is the fact that it has to be meaningful to you. You don't just want to say, oh yeah, I was like bungee jump and skydive. Like, you know, I think bigger than that. Like, I want to do big things. Like, dare I say it, I want 100 subscribers, or fucking 1 million. Could you? Okay. Okay, if that ever happens, I don't even know. I don't even know what I would do, actually, but I feel like I would have to do something big if I ever got, okay, but I'm putting it down there. You know what, fuck it, yeah, I am putting it down, because I am aiming high, because it's okay to be audacious when it comes to your bucket list. It's okay to aim probably more than what you expect to get. So yeah, shit, yeah, I'd really like my channel to do better. Like, I would love to see it grow. I would love to see this as something that is a platform for me doing this humanitarian stuff and doing these trips and doing all this bucket list and shit, yeah, that would be really fucking cool. I'm just really excited about that now. Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, so I guess the main thing that I just want to stress is that, you know, and I think everyone should at least do a bucket list once in their life, even if it's nothing. It might start with one thing or two things. Just, it has to be something you really want. You got to stop burying those things that you actually want to do in life with the things that you feel you need to be doing. It's important to focus on what you want as well, not just sort of be part of this same cycle. Once you've actually written this stuff down, then yes, I think you should tell people what you want, because people will help you. People will know that that's what you're about. Like, you can work that into your own life. You can tick off your bucket list without stopping everything else and just focusing on that. Combine them. Turn your bucket list into how you want to live your life. I mean, doesn't that sound like pretty damn cool? I think the main important thing is to be persistent, keep trying, keep working towards ticking them off. And because you know, and you've sat down and you worked that out, it's something that you really, really want to do. So it's up to you to be persistent. And I definitely think that you should aim high, because you never know where it'll get you. And sometimes if you're just aiming for average, like 90% of the population aims for average. It's almost the most competitive market to be average. So it only makes sense to aim high, and then if you fall short, you're gonna have something anyway. I mean, that's just my opinion anyway. Don't think about the costs. Cost is such a bad word. It's a negative word. It's literally minusing. It's like it costs you something. Think of travel, or think of your bucket list items, or whatever it is that you want to do in your life and what you want to spend your time, where you want to end up. Make sure that you think of it as an investment. You see it as an investment rather than a cost, because if you see everything as a cost, you're going to resent it. You're going to resent yourself for giving yourself that chance to actually do something for you. Anyway guys, I would be really, really curious to see what your bucket list is like. Are there certain things that you've already done that like were on your bucket list that you're really proud of ticking off, or are there things that you haven't quite done yet? Or if you haven't even written a bucket list, sit down, take like 10 minutes, and you know what, go look up a list, like Google whatever, and you can get some ideas. But I think it's extremely important. Do something for you, do something brave, do something courageous. And yeah, I think aiming high and putting those ridiculous things, it doesn't hurt to aim for that, because if you actually want it, then perhaps you might actually be able to get there. Anyway guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed doing it actually. It was quite fun to think about and dream for the day. But and tomorrow I can get actually into working towards that. So hopefully, like I said, you enjoyed this video. If you do have any feedback or comments, or like I said, any of your own experiences when it comes to bucket lists, make sure you put it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I think that's pretty much it, except of course, have a good day, obviously. But I hope you guys have a good week, and hopefully I will see you very, very shortly for my next video. So until then, peace out guys.